Hey friends, just giving you an update as promised on the cabinet build. So this is my progress thus far. As you can see, all of the slam latches have been installed where I wanted them. As I stated in the last video, I wasn't sure at the time what I was going to do with this slam latch or this particular drawer or fake drawer because I had installed, as I mentioned before, I'm still excited about it. I had installed these pop-out latches here, and they're soft close, which is beautiful, and they close very securely. So you really don't need this. You don't need anything here, other than the fact that you have to pull it open. So I said, well, maybe I don't need a slam latch there. Maybe I could just put a pull of some sort. But then that would mess up my look. I mean, I would have 4 slam latches and then a random pull right here because that's all I need. But then I thought, I don't want to mess up the look, even though I think I've decided I'm not going to put anything here because I've basically did the magnet pop out deal for my access panel to reach my power. So I was going to put a latch on here, but I don't think I need it yet. So even if I do decide at some point to put that on there, I'll still keep that uniform look of all slam latches on the fascia of the drawer, the overall cabinet build. So I decided to put that on there. Again, there's no catch on here because it's not even necessary to have a catch for the pull. It's just there for the purposes of being able to open the drawer and to give it that aesthetic finishing look for the entire cabinet. And got the hinges mounted. Oh, before we even go there, built the drawer. This thing, I was pulling my hair out on this one. I was waiting to get my circular saw so I can try and get straighter cuts. It helped somewhat, but I still was struggling to get a straight cut. The drawer is still not straight, but it works for the purposes of what it works for now. I just struggle because it's really wonky on the inside in terms of the rails are not straight on the inside. I tried really hard to get that as straight as possible, but I was just having some issues with how I mounted them. For some reason, this one was. It's more than likely that the boards that I use they're not straight, so it kind of veered off towards the wall here. the way I mounted this in here, so it's just the track is just a little bit off. I took the track off a couple of times and just remounted and tried to get it as straight as possible. Again, the drawer is not perfectly straight. How I built it took me, I don't know, probably like 10 to 12 hours to build this dang drawer because I had to recut and rebuild this a couple times and different iterations of it. And I just finally came to a conclusion and just put it together, and it's working. As you can see, I've got some patching here that I need to sand down because I actually nailed that to the inside part of the drawer itself. So that's tagged from the original board. It's not that I bought this. It looks like I bought the drawer, but no, that's the tag from the original sheet of wood that I bought that somehow just came there perfectly. But yeah, so not the greatest drawer. I'm not really happy with the work there, but I can always redo it down the road. But it's done for now. So getting on to the doors, both these doors here have the hinges mounted and the catches installed for the slam latches. What I discovered with this drawer, this door here in particular, is that when I mounted the slam latch catch in there, no matter how I put it, I don't know, it's just a matter of the whole process itself. When I would shut the door, I had about an inch, maybe almost an inch gap in here where this is flush here. This, when I shut the door, it went in, so it just was kind of kittywampus and it just looked goofy. So what I did was I had some leftover flexible it's magnets. So I was able to cut it down. This was actually one piece, and I cut it down, and I had a few pieces that I just put together. This one is actually glued with some Gorilla Glue to the actual catch itself, and then added this. And I'll end up probably gluing these. I don't know if I have to, but what that does is just it's a soft stop, so the door doesn't go all the way in. The catch is perfectly mounted, so when it actually catches the latch on the slam latch, it's perfect. However, just because of how it's set, again, when I shut it before I installed these little makeshift door stops, it would go in too far. So now, when I shut it, it slams perfectly and nice and flush. So I like that. Whereas this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a little 2/16 of an inch gap here. Again, the catch itself is mounted as best I could. However, because of where it's mounted and how the slam latch works, I still get somewhat of some play in there. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to Gorilla Glue cut and Gorilla Glue those flexible magnets right here, so I get a soft close and catch that makes this flush when I shut the door. And this side, the reason I have it taped up is because I'm marking and mounting the last of the hinges for this cabinet build. So that is my progress thus far. And once I'm done with that, it'll be on to the top. The cabinet will be done. Oh, sorry, it won't be done. My finishing. So my fine finishing, which will be applying the pre-stain, staining, and then the poly coat after that, and then painting the doors and drawer fascias. And that'll be it. And then I'll be on to the top, deciding on. I've already decided, but I'm still teetering in terms of what top I'm going to put on there. But then moving on to that. And I'm not even sure if I'll be even ready to install it in the van yet, because I've got some things to do on the wall where this is going to be installed. Namely, wiring is a big thing for me. And yeah, once I get done with this and it's finished, then I can start that process. And I think I'll start with mounting my solar on top, and then I'll have to drill a hole so I can run the wire, which is going to run on the wall that this is going to be mounted on. And that wire for the solar will actually run into that drawer there where my power supply is going to be mounted. So, I just kind of wanted to show you. I was trying to saw a builder on YouTube. He was explaining, how you try and get even reveal around the edge of your doors. And I was trying to get a 1/8 reveal. So I measured out, and then I took a 16th off, top and bottom side, or 16 off the entire measurement for top, bottom, and then side. And then I was trying to go for an 1/8 of an inch reveal all the way around the edge there. And I think one thing he showed is he put like business cards, but I thought quarters or coins would work in terms of mounting, so I get at least the bottom set properly. And then in terms for the side gap that I wanted, I just positioned it once I had the bottom set, and then taped it in place. So that's kind of how I set that. So as I said, I'm going to mount that, and then do my staining. Yeah, I don't know. It's decent time in the day to day, so maybe I'll get the staining done today after I get this mounted here, get the hinges mounted on that door, and then then I won't have I guess I could start painting the doors too. Once I stain, I can get the doors painted and get all that done. So I guess today is the day of just staining and painting and doing my fine finishing touches on this. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to I know I'm not going to film the whole process of me staining and painting. I don't know. Maybe I will. But if I don't, then that's going to conclude my recording for today. And I'll check back in once this is done and when I'm on to my next step. So thank you for coming along. You've been here so far. If you want, please feel free to like and subscribe if you like this video. See you soon.